Okay, now we're down to this place where we're going to be shaping our dough, and I have 3 full-size pans, 8.5 by 4.5, and 6 mini pans, because we are going to make the equivalent of 6 loaves, but I'm going to make it as 3 full-size loaves and 6 half-size loaves, because that's what my husband likes. So you can see how big this dough is. You can see my hands are here, and it's just so much dough. Now there's a couple of different ways to do this. You can actually measure it if you want to. I'm probably not going to, but you can weigh it if you want to get each piece the same weight. Remember, it was all sticky before. Look at it now. It's formed a cohesive mound of dough. And you can see the stretchy marks on here. You can see this. You can see some stretching places here. See that? It almost looks like rubber band strings. That's the gluten development, and that's what we want. So I'm going to divide this into 6 pieces. And I'm using a dough scraper here. And this is a very slack dough because I like my dough to be soft, so I get a soft, fluffy sandwich bread. That's what this is, my sandwich bread. So I'm dividing this into 6 pieces to begin with. And then we'll subdivide some of those into smaller pieces. And I'm just eyeballing it here. And then we'll go back and fix them a little bit. And I need a little bit more oil here. Okay, let's oil the counter a little bit. And actually, I usually use a lecithin and oil mixture, and I actually used only oil when I did this. And that's part of the reason it's sticking a tiny bit. So I'm going to use my lecithin and oil mixture here. And my Norwex is going to clean this up afterwards, so it's not a big deal. So we're going to use the scale and weigh these. So this is 1.3, a little bit lighter, 1.16, 1.4, so we'll take some off of this one. 1.3, take a tiny bit off of that one. 1.4 something. Let's change this up a little bit. Okay, we have 129, 123, 132, 134, 118. So now it's 133 and 121, 134. Okay, all close enough now. So I'm going to shape the dough for a regular loaf. I'm simply going to pat it down a little bit, pull my sides in, and I'm pushing it away. Pushing it away. I am rolling it away from myself so that I can get rid of any air bubbles. And now I just have a long log, and then I'm going to take the edges, kind of pat them down a little bit here. How well you can see that. Take the edges, pat them down with my hand, and tuck them under. I can pull it toward me. As I pull it toward me, I don't know if you can see this, as I pull it toward me, it's going to form a tighter top. So if I'm concerned about the top being nice and rounded, I can tighten it against like that, and then I can just plop it into my pan. The next one, same thing. I'm just quickly shaping these into logs, tucking the bottoms under, pulling them toward myself to give myself a nice rounded top, and tuck the bottom under there and plop it into my pan. We'll do the last one here. Again, I'm tucking it into a long log, pushing with my heels, the heel of my hand, not my heels, the heel of my hand to get the air bubbles out, tucking the bottoms under, pulling it against the counter gently with my hand. You can see the back of this here. It's going to be rolling under there, but it's tightening the top. Now I have a nice rounded top. Now with these other ones, I need half size. So I'm going to cut my dough in half, roughly. Hopefully I've eyeballed this well enough. I could weigh these again, but I want to get this video done for you. So we're going to do the exact same thing, just on a smaller scale. So you can see this is not taking me long to roll out the equivalent of 6 full-size loaves of dough. If I had enough pans, I could make 12 mini loaves of dough. So again, get a little closer here. I'm just pulling these in, tucking the ends under, rolling toward me to get a rounded top there. And you can see what that looks like in the pan.